Hi everyone, myself Parchuri Mohan Pawan Kumar. I have chosen a topic called Pegasus. Today we are going to talk about the introduction of the Pegasus, how it is going to install in our devices, and the use cases and the misuse stories from the country India, and how to find we are infected with the Pegasus, and what does it steals. Like, and we also see the CVE, and we'll also see the code snippets and the conclusion of the Pegasus malware. So, so Pegasus is belongs to the NSO group company and is very dangerous spyware. It was developed in the country called Israel. This piece of malware is used by the government. This spyware can be installed on Android and iOS. According to the Casper report, this Pegasus was found in the year 2010. Like it automatically captures the sensitive information and the data from the victim's phone. It is very expensive to buy this software from the government. Like if you talk about like in Indian currency, it is like more than 70 lakhs, which is more expensive that is going to bear by the government. So how it is going to be installed on our devices? First, there are three ways that Pegasus can come like install into our devices. So this Pegasus is a type of software where it can be installed in either in iOS or Android. So Pegasus uses the web link to install in our devices. It's also called a phishing attack. Like there'll be a similar page like so if you're getting any links, the web links, which is not real, but they are used for. So if the user click on it, then that's it. It is going to install in our systems and devices. And researchers also found this piece of spyware could also be installed via WhatsApp missed calls. Suppose when the author gives a WhatsApp a missed call, then without any click, it is going to be installed in our devices, and that is called as zero click exploit. It could be installed by simple message, like in suppose if they send a simple iMessage, then it's going to be installed in it, and the spyware is installed remotely mostly. The use cases of the Pegasus. The NSO group sells spyware only to the government of different countries to eradicate the terrorism and crime. Like it could catch the drug dealers, find and rescue the kidnapped children. It could help with the money laundering operations, prevent terrorism like gun violence. Like it gives every information to the owner by by tampering their phones. Like if if suppose there is a drug dealer, they can listen their calls, they can see the messages, they can on the microphones and listen to what they're talking, so that their plan will be exposed to the owners. So it is like very useful in the terrorism and crime. And I want to discuss about the misuse stories from country India. Like first story I have researched about, that is Facebook has like kept in lawsuit against to NSO group because the spyware is inserted in the WhatsApp communication of journalists and activists. And the second story I have listened is female employees of India Supreme Court and their family members have been in, like they have been affected by this software. They became a victims, so they could listen every private conversation that are going. So it'll be very easy for the attacker to know the things what is happening in the Supreme Court. Like we can see on TV what is happening on the Supreme Court, but what if they're talking outside the Supreme Court? So they're getting all the conversations, and they're going to misuse this information. So it will be a big threat through to India. And recently, in the year 2021, NSO database, there are some people's informations like Indian ministers, commissioners, CMs, and the chief ministers and the mayors and every ones there are some numbers on their database found. Like how to find whether it is a, the device is affected by the Pegasus. So it is very difficult to find, but in early stages we can know when it is affected by this. Uh, our device is affected by this malware, then it's going to send an alert message, critical alert message, like you have to install the newest version of the WhatsApp. So we have to download the version. So it forces the people to download the version. So the download the version is not legit. So it is created by the Pegasus group, NSO group, that it, so that they can gain all the information, go into the system and install the codes in the systems. And uh, and we can also know checking if your device has been secretly rooted with a root viewing application is another way to determine if you have been affected with this spyware on an Android mobile or an iOS mobile. So so this is an interesting thing. What does it steals from our phone? Like you know we already discussed this. On the right hand side you can see a picture which says like it is installed by SMS, WhatsApp, iMessages, and unknown vulnerability. But installing into the phone, it can harvest SMS, emails, photos and videos, contacts, call records, uh, WhatsApp chats, calendars, active, like it activate microphone, like without knowing. It activates a microphone so that they can listen every conversation that we are having with another person. And it activates a camera. So when the camera is activated, so it'll be like big threat to everyone. And the GPS location, everywhere the person is moving, they're observing the every movement of the person with the GPS data. So how normal phone versus affected phone will be? Like normal phone, like the data, like everything is going, it has the contact with the kernel. But in a phone that is affected with the Pegasus, it is going to be like, first it is going to phone, like if there is a phone call, then it sends to, it's run the Pegasus. Then when the call is going on, the Pegasus software runs, and then it goes to the kernel. Like similar thing in the WhatsApp, when we get the messages or something, then it's go to the Pegasus code, and it sends to the attacker, and then kernel. And the same thing with the Skype. So common vulnerability and exposure numbers, like CVE is an common vulnerability and exposure, and 2016 is a year, and 4657 is a number given to that thing. And CVE 2064657 is a memory corruption in Safari WebKit. In Safari WebKit, there is a memory corruption flaw that enables arbitrary code execution by an attacker. In this context of Safari web browser, Pegasus take use of this vulnerability to get the initialized code execution rights. In CVE 2016-4655, kernel information leak circumvents KASLR, where KASLR is a kernel address space layout randomization. The location of the kernel in the memory was discovered by the Pegasus before it was carried out to a jailbreak. In other words, the Pegasus need to locate the kernel before attacking it. So the CVE 2016 memory corruption in kernel leads to jailbreak. The method to jailbreak the phone uses Pegasus Redden's third vulnerability, both 32-bit and 62-bit versions of kernel contains a vulnerability that allows memory corruption. So if you have a memory corruption, then they're going to steal everything from our phone. And these are the code snippets of a Skype and the Telegram. When it comes to the Skype, when you see on the second box from last to last third one, there we can see some human readable code like uh, uh, call member identity, call member display name, cell number, like caller ID, and where the it is going to give everything to load in the database. And when it comes to Telegram, when you see the second box, like dump Telegram DB, there you can see some database code, like select first name, like it's going to give the first name, last name, phone number from the user, and the code snippets of WhatsApp. So here in the WhatsApp, we can see the message log, system D. So uh, WhatsApp is an encryption thing, but it encrypts the messages, but this Pegasus virus is very notorious that it decodes the messages from it. So it's going to take like from on the left hand side, we can see on the first line CFSTR incoming. So they're going to send the incoming like message, outgoing message, medium configuration, the date of the message, the day of the message, the month of the message, the in which year did they send this message, and the like duration, pair display name, period, display text, and color known. And on the right hand side, we can see the hook methods and the meanings of the hook methods and the caller and the notification IDs. So here the call manager said call connected hook. This this hook method, which means the peer JID object of the current call, and when it the next hook method is call manager set call interrupted hook, whether the call is held or connected. The call manager set call interrupted by peer hook, whether the call is held or connected. And the next one is the call manager and call hook, when the boolean value, like is it whether it is a yes or true, the call has been ended or not. Then WA call logger, add call event hook. The post of notification contains information about the call events was received along with the string represents of the pair IDs and object. So nowadays everyone are using mobile phones, so we have to be very careful. So mobile phone came to came to an extent that without it we cannot live. So everything is in it, like if you want to check some status, it is in it. uh, by sitting at home we can view everything, like social networking, communication. Like nowadays we are very less contacting with the people because of the COVID and all the conversation are going on the phone, on the call. So that this could be a very dangerous thing. And we are, if we are browsing anything, any important thing, like they're going to get our email IDs, password, and everything. This like NSO group thought that mobile phones are going to be tomorrow's ruling world, so that they want to take the command on the phone. If you are if you're going through somebody's mobile phone, then that's it, you are going to get and everything information about it. So you're getting your activities, how much time you're using which application, so your messages and everything. This study emphasizes the value of keeping your mobile phone patched with the most recent updates and being vigilant about their security. We have to be we have to be very conscious, and we have to be very know about the every update which we are doing. Like every update is available in on the internet, so that we can see everything. So we have to be knowledge enough that what update is going to be what, and we have to keep updating, so that I any Android and iOS device for companies are releasing security patches. As we can all see that last iOS update, it is saying about the security page. We have to like know every information, and we have to be be safe because the bank accounts and everything are on the phone, so we have to be careful. Thank you.